Hello friends, this is Isaiah and you are here. Subject I want to talk about today is the subject of non-attachment. But I guess to talk about non-attachment, we need to discuss attachment and truly define what that means for us as individuals. What is attachment? What do you think attachment means? Well, attachment is a clinging to a person, place, thing, object. We identify with it in some way. We identify with one or more of those things. We can be attached to many things at the same time. But what does it mean to be non-attached? Not attached to a person, place, thing, situation, idea. Whenever we're attached to anything, we put our all into it. We identify with it. It becomes mentally a part of who we are. And without the thing, we feel lost, we feel hopeless. It incites some sort of, typically an unhealthy emotion within inside of our being when we don't have that thing that we're attached to. That's the main reason why attachment is unhealthy. Now, there are healthy forms of attachment, like we can show appreciation for something. We can feel a bond with a person or an object. We can connect with something or a situation even. But it's when we allow that object to become who we are, a key part of our identity, or to become something that without it, we would both physically and mentally perish to exist on this planet during this time. We'll start this off with relationships, okay? An example of an unhealthy attachment in a relationship is when the partner or the person that you're in the relationship with, you are so attached to them that if they were to leave or if they were taken away from you in some way, that you would cease to be happy, that you wouldn't be able to live your life on a day-to-day basis and take care of yourself, maintain your level of self-worth, maintain your own kind of social identity and well-being if that person were to leave. And this is dangerous because all the souls and travelers that we meet in this life on our path, they're all temporal. They come and they go. People come into your life and they leave your life when it's time. Very few people stay with you throughout the entirety of your life from the beginning to the end. It's a very dangerous thing to put all your joy and your peace and your happiness into an object or a person or a place, thing or situation, because everything that exists as we know it outside of us is temporary. Your own joy and your own peace has to come from an inner space within your being. It has to be derived. It has to be fostered from you and by you. The only thing that is eternal is us, is you and is me. My energy, my soul, my being, my true form, my true self, my true identity is never ending. I am the only being that will never let myself down. Everything that I ever need and ever will need already exists here and now within me, within my being. It's just a matter of coming to a place in life where you know and understand that, and you can embrace that confidently. Whenever we put our joy into a situation or another person or an object, we're always going to be let down. All the beings that we inhabit this planet with, this life with, all of the things that come and go in our lives, we have no control over. Everything we experience happens for a reason. And when it's time for that experience to end, it will leave us. And we will no longer be able to perceive it in this life. Your perception, one way or another, will be forced to change. Sometimes, too, clinging to a person, place, thing, object, or situation can be the very thing that prevents you from growing and developing as not only a human being, but as an eternal soul, sent to this life for a very divine purpose. We miss opportunities when we cling to things. You can't create new opportunities and new experiences in your life if you're clinging to or have attachments to things that no longer serve you or are no longer a beneficial part to your existence. When you can learn to practice non-attachment to persons, places, things, objects, and situations. I guess I'm kind of repeating myself there when I say things and objects. I guess it's one and the same, but when you can learn to let go, when you can learn to rely on yourself for your own peace and joy, rely on yourself for your own just inner well-being and peace of mind, you'll never be let down and you'll never be disappointed. We have to understand that everything that comes and goes in our life is temporary. Even our love relationships. Now, I'm not suggesting that we don't love our children and that we don't love our significant others and the people we're in relationships with. Love is beautiful. Love is the key to all existence. Okay? And love is very important, but you can love and you can appreciate something or someone or a situation without being attached to it, without clinging to it. Just simply accept the fact that everything you know in this life will be gone one day. And this life, this part that you're playing in this movie right now, in this time, in this space, in this dimension, is going to expire, and your energy is what is going to live on into all eternity. You see, it's your energy, it's your soul, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, that lives on forever and will never leave you. And everything you ever need and ever will be is already here and now within you. Make peace with the fact that you don't need anyone to define you. You don't need clothes, houses, money, cars to define you. You don't need to be the CEO of a major company to find value in your identity and to have worth in this life. You don't need your family members and the people around you telling you who you are on a daily basis and reaffirming your sociological identity, like your name and where you came from and your hometown and all that stuff. You don't need any of that to define you. You are perfectly you, and you are whole, and you will be you when those things no longer exist. When you find inner peace and inner strength within your own being and this understanding of needing nothing to define you, then nothing can ever be taken from you. No one can ever steal your happiness, and no one can ever steal your peace of mind if you don't place that into the objects of the world around you. There's nothing that can ever come along and ruin your life as a mental construct if your life doesn't exist in the temporal world around. Not helping you to grow, if there's situations in your life, objects in your life, if there's just things going on that's not serving in your evolution, in your development, it's time to let those things go. Those things do not define you. Those things do not make you who you are. All that you are and all that you ever will be eternally resides within you, within your being, within the timelessness that is your soul. Really think about that. Really ponder on it and ask yourself, well, what does all that mean to me, and how does this idea apply to my life? If you've watched this video up to this point, you have some question about what it means to be attached to things and how to exercise non-attachment. So take the time after watching this to really ask yourself, is everything that I'm doing in my life, the people that I'm around, are they serving me? Are they bringing out the best part of me? Are they making me live my best life and my best existence? Or are they keeping you from living your purpose and the best life that you possibly can? These are very important questions to ask yourself. If you'd like to discuss the subject of non-attachment further, I'd love to get a conversation going in the comments box below. And if this video has served you in some way or has brought you some insight into your own life, please don't hesitate to like and share the video, as well as check out my other videos on the page. And I hope that you're just living the best life you possibly can, that you have much love in your heart, much peace in your mind, much balance in your soul. Until next time, my friends.